What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another NBA 2K23 news video. Of course, this is your boy Dr. Davis from Dr. Davis Gaming. I want to say thank you for tuning in to the third and final part of my NBA 2K23 courtside report. I'm going to be breaking down the last part of everything, which was the badges. I've already talked about offense in a previous video. I've also talked about the defense in previous videos. So if you have not heard the news on those, please go check it out on my channel. But I want to get straight into it. And so we're talking about badges, builds, and takeover. And the courtside report says one of the first things everyone does when they pick up a new version of 2K is experiment with building a new My Player. Facts. This year, the major goal for the player builder were refinement, polish, and balance. You still have complete control to build any type of player you want, but the new builder ensures that all builds, regardless of size or specialty, are fun and balanced. The 5-5 environment used last year to test work-in-progress player builds is also now accompanied by a 3v3 environment for new-gen players. This is especially useful if you love to hoop on the city courts and want to make sure your player can hang in the streets. Another huge addition to the build system is that animation purchases will now be account bound rather than specific to one save file. In other words, if you purchase an animation for your PlayShot build, it will then be available to equip to your slasher build, assuming your player meets all the animations requirements. For current gen users, you're no longer limited by the pie chart build system from the last couple of years, as it's been replaced with the more robust player builder that new gen has. Okay, so some very big W's coming from 2K when talking about what that's going to look like. The first thing they talked about was the test environment for my players. You are now able to have a 3v3 environment. I think that's going to be cool for those that like to make just strictly park builds. You'll be able to take it out and test it in a park environment. So I think that's pretty cool. Now, it doesn't say if that's just for new gen or current gen players, but it does say for new gen players it's useful if you want to hoop in the city. So current gen, I don't know if you'll be getting that feature, but a feature you will be getting that I think is really cool is that you'll no longer have to deal with the pie charts. You'll get the new player builder that new gen uses. Now, will it be? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. As a new gen user, I thought that was the purpose of the getting the PlayStation 5 and Series X and S, but I guess I was wrong. So they have been able to do it on the PS4 and the Xbox, whatever the Xbox name is. And then last but certainly not least, probably the best thing that's been on reading so far, you no longer have to buy the animations for each one of your players as long as they meet the threshold. So if you want to make 4-point guards, all you have to do is pay for the animations once and you do not have to pay for them again. That is a huge W. I know people have wasted 100,000 of VC trying to get these animations, so I think that's cool that they're giving you the option, or not giving you the option that you have to pay for it, but you get to get them across the account and not just the save file. So the next thing that they talked about was the new gen badge system. So current gen people, it seems like y'all are gonna have the same type of badge setup, but for my new gen people, we got something new. So the most impactful change when it comes to building players is in the form of a new badge system for new gen. When looking at telemetry from previous years, we noticed that players often gravitated toward the same badges and as a result became a little overpowered by stacking certain badges together. This year, we're moving to a tiered badge system. There are 16 badges per attribute category, 8 in Tier 1, 4 in Tier 2, and 4 in Tier 3. Tier 1 badges are the least powerful for your player, but also cost the least amount of badge points. Costs go up as you climb the tiers and acquire the more impactful badges. The basic idea is that you'll need to equip a certain number of badges in the lower tiers before you can equip badges in the highest tiers. The motive behind this change was to encourage players to make some tough choices when creating their badge recipes, make loadouts more valuable as a feature, and bring a better overall balance to the badge game in general. Along with the tiers, we're also introducing core badges, which are 4 unique badge slots, one in each attribute category, that can be filled with badges that don't count towards your badge points. Each badge will have a challenge requirement that, once met, will allow the badge to be placed into a core badge slot. We also made several changes to the badges themselves, which are highlighted below. So before we get into the badges, I kind of want to think about this new badge system, and it kind of reminds me of a skill tree. So you're going to be able to fill up the smaller badges, but then you are going to be able to grow those just like it would be for a skill tree. And the core badge, I want to see what that's like, because I want to see if it's just related to your attributes, if it's related to what you can do in the court. So I think that is going to be an interesting thing to see once we get it in our hands. But now let's get to some of the changes of the badges. So in the finishing category, we still have Slithery. We have a new badge called Masher, and that increases the ability to finish inside layups over defenders. The Aerial Wizard, the ability to successfully complete alley-oops and putbacks. Bully, which is one that I will definitely be rocking. It says like Giannis and LeBron able to finish strong by bulldozing through traffic, and then they removed the Hook Specialist badge. So it sounds like some of the badges we already have just renamed. And then we go to the shooting. We have Agent 3. So that's the ability to hit 3-point shots off the dribble. So they just changed that from circus threes. Midi Magician improved the ability to knock down mid-range jumpers off the bounce or out of the post like MJ. I knew that was coming based off of just who was on the cover. Amped reduces shooting attribute penalties. Sounds like Deadeye. Claymore increases a spot-up shooter's ability to knock down catch-and-shoot jumpers the longer they remain stationary. Okay. All of my corner sitters are probably going to equip that. Comeback Kid. Improved ability to shoot perimeter jumpers when trailing in a game. Hand down, man down. Make an outside shooter even deadlier if an opponent fails to get a hand in the face. Space Creator. Wow. So Space Creator has been moved from the playmaking section to the shooting section, and now boosts the ability to hit step back jumpers and hop shots. That's something I always create on my build every year, so I'm definitely going to have to equip that. Limitless Range has now been returned, making shooters more effective with any shot attempt from deep 3-point range. And they've removed Chef, Hot Zone Hunter, Lucky number 7, Mismatch Expert, which has been moved to Playmaking, Set Shooter, Sniper, and Limitless Spot Up. All my snipers out there that put heavy stock into that badge, good luck shooting this year. But I think it's interesting how they put Chef and Limitless Spot Up in last year and then took it back out this year just to put Limitless Range back in. I never understood why they took it out in the first place. Then we go to playmaking. So you have Killer Combos, improves the dribbler's effectiveness with size-up dribble moves. And so it's just a combination of quick chain and tight handles. We got Clamp Breaker. There we go. Helps ball handlers win more one-on-one body bump confrontations. And so I talked about earlier the importance of clamps on ball defense. So I'm guessing if you need a badge, clamps is going to be very overpowered at the start of the game. So I'm excited about that. Vice Grip improves ball security immediately after securing a rebound, catch, or picking up the ball. Oh, okay. So that's a way to keep people from spamming that square button when they don't get the rebound in order to get a steal. So very nice. Sucks you got to have a badge for that, but very nice. And then Mismatch Expert, like I said, has been moved to Playmaking. So now it's no longer a shooting badge, but it only helps smaller guards break down taller defenders. Okay, very good change, because Mismatch Expert was definitely the most overpowered badge of 2K22. And so what they removed was Bullet Passer, Downhill, Glue Hands, and Stop and Go. I actually like Bullet Passer, so I'm wondering if they're just going to tie that to passing accuracy. The higher your accuracy, the faster your passes are. So keep a lookout for that. If you find out any information, please let me know, because I really do love that badge. And then the last thing is defense and rebounding. So they have anchor, a crucial badge for last line of defense bigs, improved ability to block and contest shots in the paint, box out beast, workhorse, the Pat Bev badge that boosts your ability to hustle 50-50 balls and play hard dose defense. So they've just combined hustler and what was the other defensive badge where you don't get tired playing defense? Tireless defender. So they combine that into one. Glove helps you strip players as they gather for shots. So that's just ball, stripper, and pickpocket. And then challenger improves the effectiveness of perimeter shot contest. And they remove defensive leader. That's cool. I don't really know anyone who used defensive leader. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is the team takeover. So it says takeovers are special abilities you can equip on your My Player that can activate after building up your takeover meters. Basically like getting high in real life. While the primary and secondary takeovers remain the same, team takeover has been redesigned. In the last couple of versions, a player would activate Team Takeover for the entire team and make everybody hot after filling up the primary, secondary, and then Team Takeover meters in sequential order. For NBA 2K23, Team Takeover works as a cooperative team system with the entire team sharing a single meter. Each player on the team has an equal portion that they're responsible for filling up by performing well on the court and being good teammates. Once each player has filled up their portion of the meter, Team Takeover automatically fires off for the entire team. Wow. The new design makes a lot more sense and does a better job representing what it means to be high as a team and to take over the game as a unit. That is huge. So now you can no longer depend on one or two people on your team to get team takeover. Everyone is going to have to actively do things in the game in order to get that. That is a game changer, especially for those of you that play with randoms. Good luck getting team takeover this year. So I'm not expecting too many teams for that to happen, but I like the new design. I've always hated when one or two people can just do whatever and get team takeover for the whole team, whether that's bigs getting rebound or playing defense or guards shooting and getting assists. So I like to see that change. I think it's going to bring an entirely new way to play the game, and I'm excited for that. And some other things they talk about as far as the AI gameplay and their defensive improvements. But overall, I like what the first courtside report has had. I don't want to say I'm getting excited, but I'm liking what I'm reading. I just hope that it can translate over into the actual gameplay. It sounds good right now, but once we get those people, who like to break the game and try to find things like that, we'll see how well this is going to hold up. But as of right now, it sounds like a W. Sounds like some things that we can rock with. They're trying to change back everything that they've changed, so sounds good. If you like the news, please subscribe, like the video, turn on your notifications to get more 2K23 news. I'll see you later. Peace.